Hi friends, this is Praveen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Edify Let's Learn Together. Usually what I do, I look for the skills or the courses which I would like to do in LinkedIn. I'll find a good course, I'll complete the course in the week, I'll summarize my learnings and I'll come and present it to you. But this week I thought let's do something different. So in YouTube Studio, there's an option to look at trend analysis for the content creators. So when I looked at the trend analysis, what I found was a question commonly asked and there are a lot of content on it. The question is, tell me about yourself. So I thought, okay, there is a need for this question. Even though there are a lot of people who have made content in this topic, I felt like I will also contribute my learning so that it will be helpful for someone. So this video is going to be for beginners or for people who have 2 to 3 years of experience. So tell me about yourself. So we have broken down this into 3 components for this video. One, for beginners who doesn't have any experience, it can be their UG degree or a PG degree, but currently they don't have experience. And second example or situation is for a person who has experience and who has kind of completed his UG or PG. And the third situation is where you are currently working in a company, your other teammate or other department person comes and asks you, what do you do? Really, is there any work going here, or what is your area of work? Someone who is really interested or someone has a doubt on you is coming and asking you a question. So you should be prepared for it, how to answer this. So these are the 3 various scenarios we are going to address in this video. Let's start with a scenario where you are a fresher, either you have completed your UG or your PG. So most of the scenarios or examples which you see in online starts with your name, or they will ask you to greet. I will say the same. Please do greet the interviewer, either the good morning or a good evening, and also say thanks for giving me an opportunity. You can present it in multiple ways, but definitely you need to greet them, followed by, if they have already mentioned your name, you can avoid your name and you can directly go for the location you are coming from. For example, I can say that I am from Tamil Nadu, Udumalpet, and also I need to say that I am currently living in Bangalore. So basically this location also plays a role. They want to know whether you are ready to shift. So it's better to communicate that where you are coming from, where you are currently living, and if you are kind of open to shift, it's good to communicate the same in tell me about yourself. That gives a weighted advantage. Followed by speaking about your parents or siblings. To my knowledge, it doesn't have weightage. I'm leaving it to you. If you want to add it, do add it. If not, you can skip that portion. Followed by mentioning what is your UG degree or what is your PG degree and from where you have done is very important, and followed by saying what are your skills or strengths. For example, if you are a developer, saying what are the coding languages you are aware of, what are the certifications you have done it, and where and all you have used it. So such examples you can quote your internship, because in your internship you would have used your skills, or you would have gone for competition to various colleges or symposiums, or even some other events like hackathon you might be participating. So saying the skills, and you should also give examples where you have used those skills, so that it gives a complete picture of your tell me about yourself. So again, I'll say the structure. You introduce yourself, say from where you are currently living. If you are open to reallocate, please do mention the same. Go for where you have done your UG or PG. Say your skills. It can be technical or soft skills, and then followed by where you have implemented those skills as a story. Instead of listing down that I am a good communicator, I have good communication skills, I am a good observer, if you are able to say a story or if you are able to give examples, people will be able to connect better. So if you are a fresher, please do give examples for all the skills which you have mentioned as a quick overview, followed by your accomplishments. If you have won second prize or first prize in a symposium, or if you have participated in a hackathon for 24 hours, those are your current accomplishments. You might not be able to have much to say, but these small events, what were your learnings, if you are able to say, your tell me about yourself will be perfect. How this is going to help? Now we'll assume that you have mentioned 2 or 3 skills and you are given an example. The interviewer will know that you are not creating a story for this interview, you really have those skills, and their follow-up questions will be more aligned with that skill. Followed by, if you are saying that you have kind of participated in hackathon, they might ask your experience, what were your learnings. So if you are prepared for your learnings from the hackathon, you will be able to convince the interviewer. So your tell me about yourself will help you to lead the further questions and you will be able to successfully crack it. Experienced person, the format more or less remains the same. You introduce yourself, you greet the interviewer, followed by where you are coming from. Before going to the concept of what are your qualifications, you can also give an overview of what you have done, how many years of experience you have, which sector you have worked for, what is it, a client facing role, or is it a product manager role, or it's a business analyst. Give an overview of it, and definitely you also cover the components of your education background followed by your accomplishments. Skills will give a complete picture for experienced person. Here the areas where you have worked, what were your learnings, and finally if you are able to explain to them that my current role, these are my strengths, and with these strengths I will be able to do better in the expected job, the interviewer will get convinced. So here you have an added advantage of your previous work. So whatever skills you have accumulated there, you can try to match it with the current job and speak. But being a fresher, you don't have much backup to your skills, so you need to refer to your symposium or you need to refer to your internship experience to cover it. But for an experienced person, this becomes easy. You can say that these are the projects which I have done in my current company, where I have learned the skills, where I have exhibited the skills and have been successful. And going to the third section of the video, where you are going to answer a question of what do you really do. So here you don't need to kind of give an elaborated answer, but still they might be having a question of what do you do. So you can, for example, I'm from a customer success team, so I answered to them saying that I help in understanding the requirements of the customer and successfully onboard them within the given timeline with less or no issues, followed by we help them in adapting to our product and use it better. And wherever there is a new requirement, we coordinate between the customer and the product team, ensuring either new product is developed or the existing product is upgraded to the requirements, and also work towards handling the production related queries which are not able to be handled by the L1 or L2 team. So this gives an overview of what you really do. So like this, if you are able to summarize 2 or 3 pointers of your day-to-day job and you keep it handy, it becomes helpful for you to present it to your teammate whenever they ask the question of what do you really do, and they kind of go back saying that, oh, Praveen does a good job, or customer success team does a good job. So if you are not really prepared when they come and ask you this question, if you give a very simple answer, they might think, okay, this team doesn't have much scope of work, or they don't really do our work. But don't leave it to that situation. Always be prepared with 2 or 3 pointers where you are able to give an explanation of what your team does, so the team members goes with a positive thought. A good tell me about yourself should have a greeting, a formal introduction, followed by where you are from. Also, are you ready to reallocate, and also your skill sets backed up with examples. If you are able to say it as a story instead of putting it like I'm a good communicator, I'm a good observer, I'm good with empathy, if you're able to give a small story out of it saying that I like to speak with customers, I like to speak with people, so I love speaking with people, so I like speaking with customers and I'm a good communicator, kind of gives a good difference than just listing it down. Also, if you are able to mention your skills, accomplishments, and what kind of person you are in your tell me about yourself, you have defined the pitch for the entire interview, and the interview will go as expected. Hope this was helpful. So you can also prepare your tell me about yourself, write it down in paper, memorize it, but don't kind of show it to the interview that you have memorized, but it should have been a written, well written script so that you are able to execute it and get the attention of the interviewer. For people who are preparing for interview, all the best, and people who are going to shift, also all the best. And that's all for the video today. Thank you so much.